Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. I have a really fun paint pen heart tutorial for you. And these hearts, I'm telling you, they turn out amazing. And you can whip them up in no time. They're a wonderful heart to hide around town. Who wouldn't love, pun intended, to find one of these? I'm telling you, these are easy enough for even the earliest beginners out there. And I'll show you just to prove to you, my daughter saw these and she wanted to make one right away. She's 6 and here's the one that she created. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. So after the New Year's, I like to start doing a lot of heart rocks. So I've got a few different designs for quick and easy rocks. We have lots of them on the website already. I'm going to share with you a really fun, beautiful rock that you can easily paint at home. Now I've got 4 different colors of paint pens here. You want colors that can blend together well. If they get mixed, you can do any color concept that you want with this. So you're just going to take one of the colors, whatever color you want to be your outside color, and you're going to create your heart on your stone. So you can make whatever shape of heart that you like. So I'm going to make this one kind of a taller, skinny heart just because of the spacing of the stone. You want to kind of fill up as much of the space as you want. Now, if you mess up on this, that's okay, because no matter what lines you make right now, almost this whole heart is going to end up covered anyways, but it's just going to give us a little bit of a guideline. So if you want to fix any lines or make it a little bit wider, it's just giving you a place to aim. Now, I'm going to pick which direction I want my lines to flow on the rock, and I'm just going to start laying down some lines in that direction. I'm trying to be consistent. Doesn't matter which way you go, but you want to be consistent with your strokes, kind of creating parallel lines. So I'm just going to start here at the bottom, and you want to stay mainly inside the heart, but if you have a few lines go over, that's okay, because we're going to clean up the outside edge when we're done. And I'm just going to alternate between my colors. You can overlap them a little bit. They will blend together slightly as you do this. And I'm going to go back and forth between my colors, and I'll come back to that main red again and see how that picked up some purple there, which is fine. But the first layer of red is going to really kind of sink in because it's right on the rock, which is fine. Make sure you're getting to that edge. If you do mix your colors, just keep a sheet of paper, and I'm not even scared. I'm going to go right in with my white as well. I know my pen tip is going to get coloring on it. I want that white light areas inside my heart as well. Make sure you're not leaving any stone underneath. See, I can see stone here in a couple places. As your white gets filled, you can kind of clean off the tip a little bit so it doesn't just end up being a dark color. So I'm just kind of looking around to see if I see any other dark spots on there. And then make sure you clean this tip off really well. Doodle till it's white. Sometimes it'll be on the side on these bigger ones. And we're going to go back in one more time now with this purplish, maroonish color. I love this color, but see how it's going into those already wet areas. Just like that. I want some more darker purples. Sorry, going right back in one more time. I want some more of this darker kind of purple in here as well. So just play around with it till you like your heart. And then you're going to outline your rock and then fill in up to your heart. Now, I'm going to go with the color that I picked. If you, in the end, decide you want a different color on the outside, that's okay too. We're just going to give the outer layer of this rock a quick little outline. A lot of times I'll turn the rock and kind of hold my pinky along the edge. It helps me kind of place the pen in about the same spacing from the edge so you can kind of see some exposed rock. Okay, and then we're just going to fill in right up to the edge of the heart. Now, I don't want to pull any color into this outside section, so I'm going to get close to my line, but not touch it quite yet, because some of those areas might still be wet. So I'm going to give this outside area a little lap first. And you can definitely do this with acrylic paint too. The hardest part maybe would be to draw the actual heart in the first place. But once you've got that down, you can definitely just use regular paint. See, and now we're gonna have to go over part of the edge of this. It still looks a little bit wet. So I wanna make sure that's good and dry when I go in there. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit and let it dry. Okay, once it's good and dry, you're gonna come back in with your outline color and you're going to make sure you get a nice crisp edge all the way around your heart. You will be covering up a little bit of those lines. You should go over your edge just a little bit so that you end up with a nice crisp line. For your heart. Like that. Isn't that so pretty? And so simple to do. It's really hard to mess this one up. Okay, so I did a few other ones. I know I was wrapping up the video before, but I wanted to add one final touch to these rocks. I love that the way the stripes contrast with the outer edge, but I just want something else to kind of define the actual heart. Now I used white in each one of these designs at least a little bit, so I'm gonna take my 1M white and I'm gonna dot right along the seam of the heart. So this is an extra step that you definitely don't have to do if you don't have fine tip paint pen like this. You can definitely do this with like a toothpick and just straight acrylic paint. That would work as well. So I'll speed a lot of this up, but I'm just going to show you a few dots here. I'm going to go right along the seam and I'm just going to place one dot at a time. And this is just really going to help that design pop off of the rock. So again, I'll speed this up and I'll show you the finished rocks in a moment. And there we are. Oh my gosh, these are the cutest and really so simple to make. When somebody sees this, they'll think that you put a lot into them, but really, they're really easy for beginners to do. So I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget, of course, to subscribe to Rock Painting 101 for more future tutorials. Bye-bye.